Hello, I'm Philip Stoughton. I'm here at Apex 2017 and I'm joined by Dan Gamota from Jabil. Dan, great to see you. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
You're dealing with a lot of this kind of leading edge engineering, taking some really new ideas, getting them working in the manufacturing environment and eventually rolling them out within the Jabil footprint. Tell me about how that process works, because some of the stuff's pretty out there initially and you've got to convert it to something that's going to add value to your customers, I guess.
So I'm actually very fortunate. I have a position in Jabil where we always look to see what is going to be most relevant to our customers 2 to 3 years. And so we've selected 16 strategic capabilities. And if you go visit our Blue Sky, you'll see some of them on display. These capabilities are technologies that we feel are going to be important to our customers to be able to develop the next product, which we don't know what the product is, because most of the time when people come to us today with the product, it's usually on a napkin. And so for us to go from that napkin, go through the industrialization process, and then to be able to deploy it in the factory is very difficult. So for us, that's where we play. We play in the space of industrialization. So process development is of course developed. There's the design, materials, process, and then test. And so that's really where we play. So someone comes to us with an idea on a napkin, and at the end of the day, we have to deploy it in one of our sites.
Yeah, it's impressive.
A great job.
It is an exciting job, and for me it brings together these two areas: innovation in terms of product innovation, but also innovation in terms of process. And I think we're in a really exciting place in the industry for innovation in process at the moment. Manufacturing excellence seems to have become exciting and sexy again.
It turns out that hardware is the new software. And with manufacturing, it's becoming more complex. If you look at what was required, at least in terms of going to the moon back in the late 60s, that amount of horsepower, that much of computation is now in little toys that we use with our children. And the reason we're able to do that is because of miniaturization. To be able to assemble things, we have to use robotics. These robots and the different automation processes are picking up things that are almost as small as grains of rice, or even things we can't see. That evolution is going to continue. What I'm worried about is, instead of going onto a flat, rigid circuit board, how are we actually going to be placing electronics on something like clothes?
Fabric.
On a fabric, on a textile, silk. We have stretchables. Stretchables is another area that we've been interested in, because stretchables are things for the medical industry. Basically a silicone that you can place in the arm. All of these bring unique, difficult issues that haven't been seen in the past. And our responsibility is to develop the design rules, the standards, and the materials and equipment that is necessary for us to deploy it in high volume. So it's almost like a MacGyver 2.0. The material science, it's a playground for us. The collaboration with our company, with the customers, is great. And really for us, we don't have this 18-month from idea to product launch. That's been truncated. And we're going to continue to do that. So the pressures by the markets, the pressures by our customers, all of that is going to truncate it. So we need to be much more collaborative. And the only way we can be collaborative is by attending events like this. Going and visit the equipment suppliers and material suppliers.
And get as much as you can. And
it's much different.
And it's a fun playground to be in at the moment. There's lots of exciting technologies. I was at CES recently and there was a lot of talk about augmented reality and how that might be used in their manufacturing environment, but also artificial intelligence, learning systems, what the Industry 4.0 thinks calls cyber-physical systems. There's some interesting stuff there. It's a way down the line, but I think you're starting to see those developments.
I do believe we are. We find ourselves using predictive analytics. We also are using what we call dynamic tuning or active alignment, where we have a signal, the signal is transmitted, it's reflected, and we look for a response. All of that and the alignment of those, whether it's an optical signal, a magnetic signal, or electrical, is based on an algorithm. If we could predict and actually achieve the optimal solution using AI, we would actually be able to pull the cost out of that. So AI has many applications in the manufacturing world, and most of it is because it drives down cost, it increases productivity, and reduces cycle time. So AI for us is something that we definitely are interested in. We would like to see AI go away from this gaming industry, but it's matured in the gaming industry, and now we need to take AI from gaming industry and apply it into the manufacturing environment.
Yeah.
We're excited.
Yeah, and I think it's exciting where you see it collaborating with it's where it becomes that bridge between automation and the human activity,
Yes.
the engineer activity, because they can enhance each other, they can learn from each other, and we are the best example of this very flexible, very intelligent, very creative, responsive device, and teaching machines to do that is exciting.
And again, we're a very strategic company in terms of our investments, so we don't necessarily have many subject matter experts, but we've been starting to do much more collaboration. We participate in several different standards organizations. We participate in industry consortia and also academia. So for instance, we're partners in MIT, we're partners at University of Minnesota, San Jose. So
Yeah.
we're always seeking what are all the academics, what are the scientists thinking of, but then also understanding what is the shortest path to go from science to reality.
Yeah, and I'm sure you'll find some interesting stuff
Yes.
at a show like this. Dan, thanks for stopping by.
Well,
thanks
thank
for
you for
chatting.
having me.
Thanks.